of CAA, which is Chinese American Association Alliance. It is a national organization, and he has also been contributing to the site and tremendous work, and always worked hard. And he's going to give a speech about identity politics and data education in Minnesota. Welcome,
Jeff already gave a very good presentation about data disaggregation and K-12 education. My presentation is going to focus on identity politics. We're going to look at this data disaggregation from another angle, see why we should decline to data disaggregation in this way. Okay, what is identity politics? Identity politics, by definition, is a political position based on the interest and the perspective of social groups which people identify. This social group can be by age, by your social class, by what language you speak, and also by ethnicities, where you come from. Well, everybody liked this quote left 50 years ago by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it's not just history, just like Jeff said. It's everybody have the same dream. I don't want, I have a daughter. She's more than 20 years old, just graduated from college. I want, her life get judged by what she can do, not by her skin and where she come from. So what is the data disaggregation? Data disaggregation is actually a term nowadays called big data, and it's some new technology. Basically, it's to try to collect a lot of data from our students in terms of it doesn't have to be a student. It can be anything, right? I mean, you can collect numerical data or non-numerical data. And basically, after you collect data, you put them all together. That's called the first aggregation. Then you break it down by certain criteria. And that's called disaggregation, to smaller units. So what is this data disaggregation called API? That's API is for the Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders. And this API data disaggregation is used based on the criteria of ethnic origin to break down the data. It's not a Minnesota invention. This policy is not something, hey, just in Minnesota we have it. It's the Obama policy and initiative created in 2012. That's about 6 years ago. And the Obama administration decided this initiative to modern in 2016. In that year, there's 3 states, Minnesota, and I think the other is Hawaii, and also California. They passed the law. In Minnesota, so in California, the bill number is AB 1726. The California law is passed their assemblies, but later on was vetoed by the governor. The Minnesota law is SF, in the Senate, is SF 1847. Its primary author is Senator Susan Kent, is in District 53. Okay. Basically, like Jeff said, it's required collecting the student data by ethnic group, and it's applied to only the select ethnic groups. This is a picture I took from the White House, their website, and this is it's President Obama was speaking at May 9, 2016, and she made an announcement. That's when this emission-based site promotion. So this is a little more detail about this Minnesota data disaggregation. Basically, the goal is, the key point is to focus on minorities. It's to focus on urban areas. Why I'm saying that? Because majority of the minorities, they live in the urban area. They don't live in the rural countryside. And it's try to ranking. What they do try to do this. What they're going to do is they try to rank the ethnic group based on the disaggregated data. Then later on, they will offer the government assistance, including distributing the resource and the funding. This actually is a very nice picture. Basically, what this tells us, each community have people they're taller, they're shorter. Every community have people they need help. This is the person who needs help. Okay. So now let's look at this Minnesota. In Minnesota, this the law actually have another name called the Minnesota All Kids Count. So that's actually a very good name. Now then we need to look at why if it actually is doing this work. First of all, you will see because they're going to ranking the people, the population by the ethnic group, right? Then wherever those ethnic groups they are doing better, but they also need help, they will not get counted. Okay? For all of the students, if they're not in a non-minority ethnic group, they will not be counted either. Apparently, because all the majority of the minorities, they're going to live in the big cities, in the urban areas. For those students, if you happen to live in the country, rural area, like probably far away from Twin Cities, you will not get counted either. In 2015, December, Star Tribune have a very nice editorial. The editorial, the name is Science of Widening Gap. Let me ask you a question. So how many counties in Minnesota? Anybody? How many counties? 87. Minnesota have 87 counties, right? So in this Star Tribune editorial, it has some statistical work. And in almost every major county, 2 out of 5 people, they have a college degree. Over 40 counties in the rural areas, in 5 people, less than 1 person have a college degree. What that means, in rural areas, more than 80% of people who have no college degree. Okay. So you may think, hey, what is all kids count, right? There's so many people, so many students, they're not counted. Let's look at this. Why they want to do that? Why the proponents of this all kids count bill or data disaggregation bill? Why they want to do this? It's very hard to, many times when you ask people why they want to do this, they may not tell you the truth. There are a lot of different reasons. Some of those reasons they're on the table, some they are behind. It's very hard to say. So, well, I did some research, and I look at the 2016 the election, the presidential election result. So we all know Hannibal. That's a county in the Twin Cities, urban area. We know Ramsey, there's Anoka, and Dakota. They are all those are big counties. They're in the urban areas. The blue color means they're supporting the Democrat president nominees. And the red color means they're supporting the Republic presidential nominees. So basically, the conclusion you can draw from this picture is all these 40 counties being disenfranchised by this Minnesota data desegregation law. Those counties supporting the Republicans. Apparently, the issue, one of the issue with Jeff already mentioned a lot of issues with this data desegregation. The issue over here is I'm talking about is that it's discriminated against those people who need help, but they're in certain ethnic group and favor the others. It's violating the Minnesota human rights law. Our human rights law states specifically for education, employment, we all should be treated equally, no matter where you come from, what your skin color, what your age, what your gender. It also negatively impacting the long-term competitiveness in the U.S. When you think you have 40 counties, majority, over 80% people have no college degree. You know what's going to happen to our state. If you amplify that to the country, what's going to happen to the country? So, apparently going to waste a lot of money, like Jeff said. And basically, you have the rural areas. There are very few minorities going to live there. Why you still need to collect the data? That's a waste of money, right? So our recommendation is we need to help the people based on the needs, not based on their ethnic group, not based on where they come from, no matter where they live. We need to give people, give our students, give our children their equal opportunity and equal right. We need to strengthen our community. We need to strengthen our communities and make education as a priority for urban families. We need to build our student internal drive to reach individual student potentials. And also we need to teach our people how to fish instead of giving them fish. There's no blank check. We need to measure the returns with our investment. When we're doing this, the dream Dr. Martin Luther King had 50 years ago going to come true. That is our goal. That's why we're against this law of data desegregation. All right, thank you.